it's really just part of a much broader plan, both from the United States and our Gulf partners, to have a consolidated security apparatus that benefits all countries involved in the region, particularly, obviously, against the threat coming from Iran. And that includes air and missile defense, integrated air and missile defense, which means not just individual countries have them, but they're tied together to enhance all of their security. F-16s will play a part of that. The naval security, which of course is very important. We've seen all the attacks from the Houthis, the proxy of Iran, attacking not only naval vessels, but commercial vessels in the region. And then, of course, as you mentioned, this giant concern of drone threats. Drones are advancing at an exponential level, and they've become a major concern for all countries. And of course, the counter-drone effort is tied to that.
And how does this fit in with the recent visit to the White House by the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, signing a huge security deal with the US, hoping to get his hands on some F-35s? Is this a sign that the US is really asking its Gulf partners to start to shoulder more of their own air defense burden?
I certainly think you could look at it that way, but also the new security arrangement came after the United States entered into what I would just call an enhanced major non-NATO allied partnership with Qatar. Essentially use the same language in NATO Article 5. It's not a treaty, of course, but it is an executive order. And I think that triggered an interest, Saudi included, in trying to get something similar with the United States. So there's the actual diplomatic effort to get a new arrangement with the United States, and then to completely integrate by purchasing. And F-35s, of course, are the most advanced fighter aircraft in the world. It's somewhat controversial that Saudi got them, but this is a clear indication that the U.S. is ready to try to counter any effects of China, Russia, and obviously the malign activities of Iran and their proxy forces through better security cooperation with our partners.
And those executive orders, both for Qatar and for Saudi Arabia, only last as long as President Trump's term in the White House. What if we were to see another president come in who was all about withdrawing and retreating from the Middle East?
Good question, and you are right. They last longer unless the next president rescinds them, which they could, but they are essentially only valid until another president changes those arrangements. So that's why a treaty like NATO is much more important. But there's also the current discussions on the next NDAA, which in the U.S. is the National Defense Authorization Act. So there's a lot of discussions in that from both parties on just how much the U.S. should be committing to the Middle East. I think it's in our own interest to contribute substantially and have a robust presence in the Middle East, but there are other members, particularly in the isolationist crowd, who don't agree with that position. So that's going to have to be fought out, and it could adjust how much the United States participates and provides in security assistance to the region.
Yeah, that's a real hot button debate for the Republican Party right now. We'll have to see how that plays out. Michael Mulroy, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.